And with that, Kemlyn, take it away.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and joining us for this very special day. Um, I'm so excited. Usually on my birthdays, I have a very bad habit of being very depressed a week before because, like, oh my goodness, what have I done with my life? What is left to do? Oh dear. No, this year, none of that stuff, man. So I'm really excited. For my birthday, I thought the best thing I wanted to do was to give a gift to my friends and family. So I put a set for you, but I'm going to start it with something a little different. Last night, I got a gift and I want to share that present with you. So I'm going to start by sharing screen and Bushen. I 失败. I failed. I thought I had it pulled up, but I did not. 我失败. I'm going to put it out here. 哎呀，不可以的。
That's actually a very good representation of our early muds, wasn't it?
Hello? So paiseh. Okay, I'm going to try again and see if it will come up that way. All right. Okay. View slideshow. Okay, I got a present yesterday because it was my birthday in Singapore before it is in the US. So I got a present from uh, my mom and dad. This is from dad. I look in the mirror and what do I see? I see scrawny baby slide up from the pram, hit road forehead first. Silence, loud cry, huge bump on forehead. No brain damage, hopefully. I see young Lith, ponytail bobbing, beautiful teenager jogging along the Swan River, carefree, healthy, happy illusion. I see young mother fiercely protect needy husband, needy children, needy finances. Make time, paint, make time, teach, make time, minister herself. I see blue mermaids swimming free, rise above physical stress, rise above emotional stress, recreate through poetry, music, and dance, finally living for herself. No more pretense. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Okay. 1 year ago, this was me. Look into her eyes. Yeah, she's pretty enough, okay? But look into her eyes. When I see her, I see the questions. Is it worth fighting for? Now, my present to you all. Between the lines. In October, I was contemplating going on a liver transplant list. 2021. Between the lines was birth between October and December. Miraculously, my liver was functioning again. My happiness was bittersweet because while my liver found a way to start healing, my syncope was getting worse. Black out, wipe out, blank out, lights out, mind fucked. This sucks. Shut up, wake up, face falls, speech crawls, can't think. This stinks. Oh damn, can't play. Oh shit, can't spit, can't write. This fights. No time to rhyme, no time to sing, no time to think, no time to plan, no time to dance, no time to write, no time, no chance, no time, no time, no time. Halfway between derailed, deranged, syntax, rearrange, tracks, switch. Look, squirrel. Where was I? Where am I? Who am I? Oh, hello there. No, no. Fuck this train of thought. I'm not getting caught up in the shit, this Saturn, no exit. I'm getting off a light, not going down without a fight. Do right. Take time, make rhymes, take chance. Don't plan, just dance. Don't think, eat, drink, live, sing, love. Right now, 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 now. On November 16th, I lost control of my limbs. I was admitted to Banner Hospital and then transferred to the Mayo Clinic. After a battery of tests, cardiology, neurology, psychiatry, physical therapy, OT, my mind was progressively separating from my body. Why? Back to the effects of trauma. PTSD devolved into functional neurological disorder. Thank you to my care team and the Mayo Clinic and my friends who were with me and my family, who cheered for me through their prayers. Slide the cuff, blood pressure rises and falls. Why do our hearts beat? How much oxygen do we use before we cross from respiration to expiration? At what point does temperature indicate the blush of passion to infection? Lives pass through these doors, halls, rooms, minds, hearts. Names turn to statistics, written and erased, seen, then forgotten. And yet, each life holds a seed, one by one, another yet another, touched, scattered to the wind, blooms into a garden, a kaleidoscope with vital signs of life. And this was a painting that I created at the Mayo Hospital. The art therapist came and visited me and said, I think as an artist, you might want something to play with. And this is the poem that I just read. And the painting was what I left for my nursing staff. Lucian, you embarked on this journey with me a year ago. When my husband said to me, I know you cannot find a reason right now to wake up, but you love poetry. Maybe you might wake up to read and listen to poetry. And that's when I looked for a Southeast Asia time zone show early in the morning for me, but I found none. And so that's when I asked Lucian, hey, you want to make something? Let's do a show. And let's call it between the lines, because between the lines of poetry, our hearts are hidden and our souls meet. Between geographic lines, there really is no line between the hearts of friends and family. So, between the lines of poetry, maybe we can find some sobriety. So, siblings fighting for sobriety, one seeking forgiveness, another seeking to be set free, both wanting a reason to live. And we all alone? Are we all alone? Are we all alone? Or is there a place or space we can call home? Let's dare to do something beyond imagination. Let's look, search for mythical creatures and funny unicorns to play with. Even if we don't find one, maybe we might meet fantastical beasts along the way. And at the end of the day, if we find none, we can be proud and say to ourselves that our eyes were open and we were looking and we had fun looking together. Then you said to me, Kemlyn, if you get well enough, I want to take you on a trip to go unicorn hunting. Game on. 40 days. We traversed the globe in subways and trains over a grill in New Wanzhou, shouting out to cabin crews over the world's longest flight. Chicken wings at Tycoon, storytelling at Desiree. Dad plays the piano, sending the clowns. Mom talks about her column, cooking. Spoken bird, first duet at Blue Jazz, Chris Ho shows. It's Kill City! Writing, sharing poetry in Penang, singing Teresa Teng in karaoke, riding motos around town, kaya toast, tea time, up the mountains, lucky durian fine. At Phnom Penh, so many friends, no luggage, no problem. I'm an AmCham ambassador event in my underwear, from lasagna to panna cotta, sucking snail shells, blackout at hideout. We sing in the dark. We sing in the neighborhood. More Teresa Tang. We cast from Sra Arts. Laughing with Jake Abbott. Shingles are no joke. Visa's a mess. We make it to Ho Chi Minh City. Good morning, Vietnam. Off to the doctors. Lucian's messy. Lucian must rest. Dine in the fanciest pho with a tall view to kill for. Traipsing around Hanoi while Lucian Shingles keeps flaring, interviewing a New York bestseller author. Lucian, Scarface Tan, Kemlyn, Mermaid Bappe, Jake Abbott, the American Bear. Do you know what pho is? Japan's now closed. We go to Sao Paulo. We play with poets in Japan online. Pain, war, ascension, its birth. Sao Paulo to Sao Luis. I left my heart at Praia Literania. Pais Tribal, blessing. I prayed at the Café Poesia. I sang to the mermaid in front of the chapel. I heard the songs of lamentations, the indefatigable call for freedom. I left my soul again in Sao Luis, Guara in Raposa. The Amazon calls my name. I stay for one more weekend, put myself to rest, to test, to think, can I do this alone? And then in a blink of an eye, I grew up and was reminded I'm grateful for releasing the permission to love myself. I flew home content and I woke up and I was no longer hungry. Now, to end my set, I wish to sing you a love song. I've always, when I sing love songs, invite people to picture yourself singing to yourself. What I'm actually saying is, I'm learning to sing love to myself and to frame myself in a way, despite all the things that have been inflicted on me, things I never asked for. Can I still see love through this lens and find someone to love? So here is La Vie en Rose by Edith Piaf. It's a long song, but take this time to, I invite you to take this time to embrace yourself, who you are. The translations are done by and vetted by David Leo Sarah with Spoken Word World Online. And there were translations where I could not find, so they are mine. 2 heures qui font basser le mien, au rire qui se perche la bouche, voilà portrait sage et touche des ombres qu'elle débietient. Quand il me prend à ses bras, il me parlait tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit de mon amour, des mots de tous les jours, et parler quelque chose. Mais entre dans mon cœur, on parle de bonheur dans le chagrin et la cause. C'est lui pour moi, pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, lâcherai pour la vie. Et dès que j'apprends à l'âge sans moi, mon corps qui bat. Your gazing eyes make me look away from your mouth. A laugh runs away. This perfect portrait is here to stay of this man to whom I belong. Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven chimes. Although I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose. When you press me to your heart, I am in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. My community, you are lovable, you are capable, you are valuable, you are able to be all that you ever needed to be or desire to be. These are my gifts to you.
And with that, I invite you to respond. You have 4 minutes. Please indicate your desire to respond with a emoticon hand raise or in the chat. I I see Ravi raising his hand. Go ahead, Ravi.
Yeah. I'd like to share screen. I chose this poem as a response to what Kemlyn read because of the immense cultural significance that this uh, philosopher and sage has for humanity. And it also talks about a journey that he undertook towards the end of his rather young life. Shankara at Kedarnath. And I did this journey physically myself 2 weeks ago. You were half my age when you arrived in this, then a remoter region on earth, much poorly equipped to trek, a hardier track by far. Inhospitable with leopards and shaggy sloths ranging freer these Himalayan woods. Mandakini must have spoken to you, though in gentle tones, singing of Bhagiratha and his adamant pursuit. But I only hear the water rush through the gorge and see the swirl of plastic bottles in pools. Shoeless, swathed in simple robes, did you have some companion follow you? Or were you trudging alone this endless track from Gupt Kashi to the head of the glacier? Or did you descend from Vasuki Tal? You were a tough mountaineer, an adventurer, incomparably strong of will, unfocused. How well you had the temple built. Such well-hewn stones, each distinct from its neighbor, staked like palms joined with tips rising to heavens. No, not just an edifice, but the body of Purusha ascending. Having arrived, you did not wish to go back. Unlike me, you did not hanker after common life, nor did desires hold you in thrall, unlike the one who traced your steps. Mere journeys do not make a man, if the spirit is but poor. At this point of your ascension, your heavenward climb, what were you thinking of, incomparable sage? Or did you think of nothing, letting your mind be home to the silences of the mountains, sounds of the streams, roll of rocks, the crackle of ice underfoot at night, and the gentle whisper of a bone-hugging breeze at the dying moments of the day? Thank you.
Ravi, that was beautiful. And I'm so glad that you're such a rock star and that you bring ascension for me. This poem's about taking the courage to make that journey. And at the end of the day, it may seem futile because we are part of something. You know, who are we? We're just mere mortals and humans, and yet there's something beautiful about this journey and celebrating the human spirit. And man, we gotta stop trashing our world, damn it. Thank you, Ravi.
Yeah, Kemlyn, and he was all of 34 when he attained his um, heaven. I mean, what a young age to achieve as much as he did, travel all over his universe, move from one corner to another on foot. And my God, so many books, so many treatises. And people are still reading him and trying to decipher what he wrote.
worth aspiring to be like. Thank you for that encouraging word, Ravi. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Blessed year.
Brilliant, Ravi. Who would like to go next? My turn?
Yes. Each birthday is a new awakening. Each birthday is a new hope. Each birthday is a new promise. Each birthday is a new fulfillment. Each birthday is a tune, a melody of the universal music. Each individual is also a melody of the universal music. The seeker grows and glows in his music or her music, which he can hear with his soulful ears. Each birthday is a petal of a flower. The flower, petal by petal, blossoms, and then it is ready to be placed to the inner shrine in the aspiring heart. On a birthday, we feel our inseparable oneness with the expansion of a new light, a light that will ultimately cover the length and breadth of the world. The real birthday does not come only once a year. The real birthday is the birth of each second in a seeker's life. The transformation of humanity's face is our soul's promise to humanity, and a manifestation of divinity's light here on earth in our soul is our soul's promise to divinity. Sri Chinmoy, a visionary seer. Now I'll read my reflections. When I peer through the short span of life, like an indigo sky through dreary clouds, I can see that I was where I was meant to be, and I am where the light has taken me this far. The inner alchemist has erased my struggles, even as the luminous moon has swallowed my shadows. I have been reborn a phoenix, and know by faith the supernal portals of tomorrow's destination. I was a mariner in boisterous waters, a turbulent hope searching for beacons. Now love resurfaces, an Excalibur of light, removing with ease my bondage chains. No more the play of attachment desires. My toxic friends have vanished like ghosts. Wisdom has flooded the heart's constellations, and my soul is as free as the Akashic space. Now stars twinkle and dawn awakes as I hear the symphony of starlings, imbibe the grandeur of nature. Daybreak sings to me of love, and I bathe in the glow of sunlit rays. I take her dreams as my pursuit, and the wine of sweetness flows from my heart. My bumpy road of yesteryear is now a cool breeze and swirling snow. My queen and I have re-encountered. The happiness I sought is now before me, manifesting the beauty of my visions. Now I experience the utmost joy as we come together as one. I was once an emotive passion, later yielding to crimson blood. I entered this world to enjoy your dance, became lost in the dunya of ignorance. Like malleable clay in the hands of my porter, I've become a peerless vase, the past vanishing like fleeting clouds. Hell is nothing but a place of refuge. An embryo concealed in darkness eventually becomes a creative soul. A cocoon emerges a butterfly. Now my empress and I watch Orion at nights, bathed in a glow of nebulae. Destiny hides in our joys and sorrows, even as night does the sunset, until the illustrious dawn awakes in all its pristine glory. Ignorance is a reflection, quietly revealing my shadowy stains. It whispers ceaselessly to the mind to walk on the path of blades and fetters. Freedom is my mirror, wiped clean of all that stains it, burning a sparkling sweetness in the effulgence of the soul. Anton Carrier, thank you.
An embryo conceived in darkness becomes an embracing soul. Thank you for your gift and your reflections.
The lantern brings its incandescence once again. Dr. Molly, did I see your hand raised earlier?
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
take the stage.
Kemlyn, dear, it was, what do you say, heartrending to hear your story. Like, from how far it is from respiration to expiration. Oh God, it struck me like a dagger. Yes, the transience of our existence, like a dewdrop hanging on a slope. That is the transience that envelops our existence. But still, dear Kemlyn, with hope we pull on. Hope is there. You know, the dewdrop is reflecting the world, the sun, the world, the universe in it. That is our existence, the marvel of our existence. So here is a poem for you on hope. The lightning that precedes the thunder of miracles waited for. Wide-eyed, let us wait. It pulls us on, justifies our existence. Prisons of anticipation fill up the faded terrains and the quotidian, lending charm. After all, who can stop us from dreaming? Everything that was realized was once upon a time a dream, a hope. Sometimes, Kemlyn, dear darling, I look at nature and try to learn something from nature. It was harsh rain. Kerala, the southern tip of India, is prone to tsunamis, harsh rains, even huts, and poor people suffer, the fisher folk at the seashore. They suffer so much. But still, they smile. So this is it. The rains and nature teaches a lot. After the rains, it was sunshine throughout. Yesterday, nature, beaten up by incessant rains, smiled, radiant. The child in smiles through tears. Earth's tremulous green carpet, all aglow, glazing in sunlight. A bride fresh after bath, cleansed of all decor. Water drops trickling down her curls. The bluebells swayed in wind, vying with the honeysuckle. But it rained fierce overnight. Vagrant weather. I watch the withered smiles and fences. Nay, the morning comes undeterred. There she flows singing, her clear waters tinkling, while her dancing feet touch the green boulevards. While we mourn and groan, nature, you spirit eternal, showing the vital zest to survive. No slap strong enough to deter you. There you go, stronger as ever. Nature, may I imbibe your vibe. May we imbibe your vibe. Your cool, cool waters reflecting all. So that is what we learned from around dear Kemlyn. And you have risen like a phoenix, opening out the wings and soaring the skies, doing beautiful things to make our todays meaningful so that we deserve our tomorrow. When we do something meaningful today, we deserve our tomorrows. Cheer up, my dear. Hugs from the southern tip of India, Kerala. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Dr. Molly. Lessons from nature.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was brilliant. Who would like to go next? I saw a hand raised. Was that Mary Eung Soon? I think you're muted, Mary.
Is it okay now?
Perfect.
Yeah. This is a poem that I think might be, in a way, related to Kemlyn because it's about loneliness. When you went through these moments when you were sick, there are moments of loneliness. Well, many of us express it too. So for me, this is taken from the book which I just published called The Legacy of Gratitude. It's called Loneliness. You walk into the cold kitchen, look inside the half-empty fridge. You take out a red apple and put it back again. I had that yesterday, you said. It's 7:30 a.m. You walk to the open window, wave at the people below. Too far to see me, you mumble. You glare at the grey clouds. Even they do not wish to linger. It's 10:05 a.m. You walk to the quiet bedroom and dislike the big, unkempt bed. Change the cover of the bolster. Fight to tuck in the floral sheets. Even the edges don't meet. It's 11:20 a.m. There are newspapers, magazines, books, pages left open, waiting to be read. But they have lost their former charm. Stories of men's power play, quests for gold. These have been told now and long ago. It's 3:10 p.m. You scan your WhatsApp, Messenger, nothing there. You turn to Facebook of 203 friends. Not one, nothing use. Then you tune into the radio. Oh, news flash. Death from COVID-19. Singapore, 29. World, 1.4 million. It's 3:30 p.m. Alone and afraid. You reach the supermarket. Sanitizer in the bag. Walking stick in hand. A mask over your mouth. And nose must cover too. What do you want? Apples? Eggs? Or pepper? Oh dear. Don't seem to remember. It's 5:16 p.m. You quickly return to your three-room nest. Wash your hands. Stay at home. Stay safe. Don't visit. It's for your sake. The big ones say, don't go out. Avoid crowds. Mask must come out. Joggers run. Droplets fly across the road, you know. It's 6:42 p.m. So I stayed home. I stayed safe. None visited. None called. I wash my hands. I spoke not. I cook alone. Watch the soup boil. Fried the fish. Sambal and oil. I ate alone. And watched the solid box. I laugh aloud at the stand-alone comedian who prance across the dimly lit stage, cracking jokes about politicians, everyone, but mainly about the lonely and the aged. It's 2:59 a.m. The comedian enters his gloomy house, removes his dark outfit, his boots, his smelly mask, goes to the fridge, takes out a red apple, crunches it, and tosses out the whole core. Didn't I have that yesterday? He mumbled. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. We all have places and spaces where we find ourselves in such isolation. I am so grateful for this community because even in my hospital room, I was going to say hotel room, it was not a hotel. You were all with me, and I'm grateful. So, Mary, thank you for capturing one of the reasons why BTL and why Lucian and I continue to talk about the importance of building our community online so
Yes.
that we are still connected with our friends around the world, even when we cannot or may not be able to see or hug a friend or family member in these times. So thank you for that great reminder of why we exist.
Thank you.
I'm back again. Bring the apples. Send some to me in the US.
I agree with Kemlyn. Mary, that was incredibly chilling in its brutal authenticity and its simplicity. We all can relate to that. We all went through that.
Yeah.
It's I think the equalizer of feeling marginalized, perhaps for the first time for some of us. So thank you for bringing that to light.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Thank you.
Did I see a hand from Clive? Go for it.
Okay, so this is one of my written to the prompt in 20 minutes in bed this morning poems. So we'll see how it goes. It's called. It's got a really original title it's called Reflections. Sometimes it's good to take time to congratulate yourself on the good things. We all have moments of insecurity, even self-loathing. For some, it's more than a few moments. It's a lifetime. Abuse and bullying leaves marks deep enough to scar us till we die. If only we could step outside ourselves and see what other people see. It could be a great epiphany. This has happened to me. I've always hated my appearance. This wasn't helped by my now ex-wife, who insisted I wore sunglasses for photographs because then I didn't look so ugly. True story. But then I caught my reflection in the mirror. I'm not so bad, am I? I'm aging well. Dare I say it, I'm pretty damn fit. I could almost fancy myself. I always was a late developer. When I was 25, I looked about 10. I had teenage spots in my mid-30s. Now, well, I'm okay. At this rate, I'll be a sex symbol when I'm 88. I'm grateful for that moment of realization when I saw my reflection in a mirror. What? It wasn't a mirror. It was a framed poster of David Beckham. Oh, bollocks! I've made a proper fool of myself now, haven't I? Jesus. Thank you very much.
Don't make me come over and slap you with a fish.
You really thought I was being serious there for a minute, didn't you?
Now, Clive, if you were truly fugly, I wouldn't be sitting next to you in a ferry.
That's true about my ex-wife, what she said. I used to have to wear sunglasses in photos so I wouldn't be so ugly.
Well, somebody was gaslighting you there, my friend.
Kemlyn, let's be real, you're not that selective. But yes,
Well,
once again, Clive has bamboozled us once again.
And what's this mess about 20 minutes things? Lucian, I think you've got competition there. Unmesh said to you, oh, Lucian can wake up in the morning, roll out and write something. Clive can also.
Indeed. Well done, Clive.
Thank you, Clive. And cheers to you for this next year, to your new year, and may it continue to be so exciting and enthralling for both of us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Who's next? I see a Richard Harris.
Hello, Richard.
Welcome.
Shall I play one of our videos?
I think you should. That's a really good idea.
So too. Yeah. So while I play something from Neil Daswani, who is, his excuse is he's with family in Australia, and it's like late at night. What kind of excuse is that? And he might wake up his family if he gets too loud. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, he did send us a contribution, so here it is.
The Narcissus Moon. The moon deigns to stoop. Even in her golden glow, she cannot resist the paler reflection of her lustrous self. She bends to bestow a kiss before she rises for her night shift. Maybe we all learn at first to love our own image before we learn to love ourselves or even any other. Thank you. We three. There's more to me than meets the eye. We three will meet again, my shadow, my reflection, and I. In the cool of night or the heat of noon, under the light of a waxing moon, in the puddled pools of the morning rain. Thank you. We three.
All right, thank you so much, Neil Daswani.
Kemlyn, while you're queuing up Li Ming's contribution, do we have anybody in the room wanting to present your reflection? E. Justin is ready to go.
Hello, everyone. I present a brief history of reflections. Here, can you see? Okay, here I go. Euclid discovered reflection in 300 BCE from the Latin word reflectri. Tecum lucidum is reflection in the eyes, unlike the lips, eyes tell no lies. Reflection is taught in schools to make students to make connections and to make those thought processes inherent to others more transparent. A reflections activity, the connection between past theory and future action. Socrates thought that the unexamined life is not worth living. Rudyard Kipling filled 60 seconds of running into a minute unforgiving. We preen ourselves in front of the mirror to look good, to be fancy. We move nearer to grow bigger and further smaller. Saint Jerome thought so kind. The face in the mirror of the mind and the eyes, without speaking, art, confesses the secrets of the heart. Mirrors psychologically symbolize the threshold between the conscious and their conscious mind. Like Alice found out through the looking glass. The queen declares there's jam tomorrow and there's jam yesterday, but not jam today. Peace Pilgrim That's not the same. Life is like a mirror game. Smile at it true, and it smiles back at you. Woe betide if you see some of our reflection for this Bram Stoker's idea of a vampire. Silver past, mirror is silver exact, without preconceptions, just as it is unmisted by love or dislike, like the sarwastican leg of pipe. Disney's Mulan sings, "Look at me, you may see who I really am, but you never know me." In Wild's picture of Dorian Gray, ageless him compares mirror to portrait and loathed his own beauty, becoming a mirror special. The end. Thank you.
Thank you for taking us down the rabbit hole of different icons and references and people. You take us from Mulan to Sylvia Plath. You crazy
Happy
rabbit
birthday,
here.
Kemlyn.
Thank you. What a delightful. Thank you
And
so
happy
much.
anniversary to BTL.
Yeah, you. Glad you're here, Justin.
I believe Chris Mooney Singh has something for us.
Yes, I can go. Congratulations on your birthday. I didn't realize it was actually your birthday until today. I thought it was the anniversary of BTL, but then I realized you did them at the same time or something. Is that right?
It
Yes.
coincides.
Very nice. Very nice. So thanks for bringing us up to speed, and congratulations again. So this, in the spirit of reflection, this is a kind of post-Halloween poem called Talking to the Crow. Some say you are a shadow upflung from the river Styx, a messenger, a go-between the black blink consequences. Some say you moan about death, but I say you croak with life. Sharp intelligence, unruffled compassion. You loiter near a dead mate for days, mourning your loss. Fate bird on the branch, silhouette of truth. You are the black choke proof of mortal due dates in the grim Reaper's book. So, Mr. Corvid, crow on, though no one's tuning in except for me, I'll feed you meat. And join your ill-named murder of crows if you'll give me a weather report. Plagues, wars, quakes, tides, how do we survive? By the way, are you left wing or right? I see you perched high, a sharp signpost pointing where? What's on the other side? Have religions lied? Putting aside the voodoo, I'll join your crow crew. But how to crow? How to grow? I'm modeling you, yet have no clue. What's false? What's true? What's up next? Time for my test. Crow, 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 crow! No, I can't speak crow at all.
Perhaps the question remaining is, but can you eat crow?
Barbecue, panggang, or fried. Already, crow.
Marinated.
Can you eat crow or not?
I think we eat crow a lot. We need to. But crow's the much maligned thing. Intelligent creature it is. It's second only to the mermaid.
They're brilliant.
I don't want you to eat me.
No eating involved here. I'm a vegetarian anyway.
I don't want to be sashimi.
Well, the last time I
Shed, do
bit
I
you,
smell like fish? Thank you, thank you. Hi, Thomas. Welcome. And thank you, Chris. That was so delightful. I am so sorry that last week we missed this fantastic piece, but I said, spring next week. And you know what? Maybe I'll invite her, but one of my favorite printmakers is in Iowa, and she's Ann Smith, and her love is making prints about prose and how highlighting how thoughtful, symbolic, and what a powerful symbol they are in our life. So I can't wait to show her to you, Chris. So thank you again for your beautiful poem.
Very well. Hiram is next.
Great, thank you, Chris. I'm a crow lover, so I definitely tuned into that poem. Thanks so much. And, happy birthday, bright candles, many, many good candles to Kemlyn on her special day. In the theme of love, I'm going to post a call in the chat. Actually, it's an announcement of an event that we're hosting to fight hunger, where visual artists have painted poems or painted paintings and made quilts and done collages, created collages in response to some hunger poems that have been written by folks from all over the world. And we're going to launch a benefit auction on December 3rd. Any and all are welcome. It would be wonderful to have as many of you folks as possible at the auction. So if you're interested, just email us and we'll send you the link and more information. So this poem that I'm going to share is all about love. It's an older poem. It was written, probably close to 20 years ago. And it was first published in a journal called Wisconsin River Valley Journal. Its title is Boat. You see, I don't care if his hair is combed bad. He is my son. I love every shoestring of him, every bit that he thinks he knows. 15 years. I don't care what he becomes because he'll become something. Look at him. He'll become more than those red ears or grinning legs. He'll become even more important than midnight. More and more, I hold him by his shoulder less and less. And when I do, it's as if he can't be here forever. I think I'll get him a boat to carry and then watch him like the minute that just went by. In the long run, nothing I do will matter. I know that. But look at him, especially when he's reaching for something. There must be a whole other world out there somewhere that's missing him. Thanks so much, and happy candles to Kemlyn.
Thank you, Hiram. So delighted that you joined us today. Hiram's, what a beautiful poem and gift, and just absolutely enthralling.
That was elegant. Brian, would you like to take the stage, please?
Thank you. Happy birthday, mermaid. Happy birthday. Wish you many, many more. And I wrote a piece about reflections. Do you always like what you see? Is there anything wrong with your sight? Eyes can be fooled. Braille can be misread. I know I have. Do you reflect in the mirror what you see in a running stream, brook, cup of tea, with or without milk, cream, cinnamon stick? Don't be afraid of the lemon slice. Simply move it aside. Hide behind the lemon slice like you do with life. Do your thoughts reflect what your brain is thinking, or do you just... Reflection is cerebral. Reflection and self-assessments are cerebral and physical if you move around. Too scared, too disappointed, too much expecting more. Move your lemon slice aside. You'll survive. Reflect and become full. Move your lemon slice aside. Suck it. Let it tang your lips, your tongue. Bite its run. Plump and tangy, plump and sweet. Drain the lusciously soaked lemon slice dry and savor the sight you see in the cup of tea. On your now warmed fingertips across a braille sheet and savor your reflection with joy and expectation. Thank you, Kemlyn.
We need to have another date at New Wanzhou, Diane Marie Ward. And we don't need Braille to enjoy how delicious that is. The joy of communion over a meal with a beloved friend. You've taught me to get my head out of the sand and head out of my own head and just enjoy the moment and friendship.
I think Diane just teaches us how to be badass in the most elegant way. Yeah.
And I think
Hello.
so now.
Hello, everyone.
And with that, we have Baraf all the way from Japan. Welcome.
はい、日本のパラです。皆さん、こんばんは。
こんばんは。
ケムリンさん、誕生日おめでとうございます。ハッピーバースデー、ケムリン。
ありがとうございます。
今日は、ケムリンのために、短い詩を作ってきました。Make the two short poem for ケムリンという感じで、まあ、英語をちょっと頑張って読むのと、日本語の詩を読みたいと思います。じゃあね、ケムリン、聞いてください。The stars have aged, the moon, the sun, and Uranus. We can calibrate without worrying about the hour gap. What did you think about during the time it took to light the fire and blow it out? I wish you many happy occasions. Happy birthday to Kemlyn. 星が並んだよ。月と太陽と天王星。1時間の隔たりも気にせず、お祝いすることができる。火を灯し、吹き消すまでの時間、 君は何を考えるだろうか。あなたにたくさんの出来事、幸せに恵まれることを祈る。ケムリンへ、誕生日おめでとう。以上です。Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard from our Shook artist for next week, Para-san. Oh, I'm so excited because Para himself is the prompt. So when you see the poster, you will see his bio, and his bio is an intro. It's an invitation for you to interact with this amazing multi-dimensional artist. You're in for a treat. Also, one of the technologies that I'll be introducing for you guys is the use of DL Translator, because every poem that you bring, I want to encourage you to create the translation in Japanese so that you will, Para-san can see your poem in Japanese. One of the hearts of our Japanese and QBW collaborations is this dialogue between our friends in Japan and with our friends around the world. And it's been so exciting. And this is an honor to bring another Japanese artist to our community. Last week we had Takaki Omino. Next week we're going to have Para-san. And next week I will also not be hosting. Shen will be in charge of the helm, because I will be acting as the translator. I will be using DL translations, and I will be converting what you say in English into Japanese so that our artists can hear your heart and your sincerity. Arigatou gozaimasu, Para-san.
来週よろしくお願いします。Next week よろしく。
よろしく。All right.
Okay, Rick Spisak, you have the stage. No, sorry. I just did a Kemlyn. It's Thomas A.
Thomas A. is here. I've been away too long. I'm so happy to be here this morning, and I had to say happy birthday to Kem. Happy birthday. So I have kind of two short poems. They're like 7 couplets each, and they both have mirrors in them, and they reflect one another at the beginning and the ending of a difficult year, I guess. I'll just read them. The winter ducks are almost gone. Beneath sunset-painted pastel clouds, tree buds and catkins swell in shadow. Across this inlet, sanderlings dance, leap up in a small cloud. 20 birds become 40, flashing white, then brown over still water. Otters splash, swim out, create a pair of rippling V's. Cancer is eating my father. Even so, spring comes. And at the other end of the year, those ducks which nest up north and winter down here in the temperate zone, the winter ducks come back, and they're just recently back. Winter ducks have returned early. Beneath sunrise-painted pastel clouds, vine maple leaves let go, tick and tumble down across Totten Inlet. Widgeons circle down, the cloud of 20 birds becomes 40. swishes into a dark mirror of still water. A blue heron groans and lifts from the gray shore. Cancer is stalking my brother. We'll take him before first snow.
Thomas, perhaps the greatest gift that you have brought to us time and again is your presence and your courage for never sugarcoating life. With you, your poems are never an illusion, but a reality. But even with that reality, you remind us to look at the most basic beauty around you, including two otters swimming, the ducks that come and go. And you have modeled for me how to manage the bitterness in life. Thank you.
Thomas, you did not candy coat that. You could have read that with a saccharine sweet veneer, but you did not. And that is the courage you bring week to week when you come here. It's intense, and I appreciate it very much. Julian, you have the stage.
Share screen. Just a reflection on the heart versus the mind and the soul. Heartbreaker. Who came up with the idea that the heart can be broken anyway? As if the heart were made of glass. As if the heart is so fragile, tender. As if the heart is anything but the very container of life itself. You know that the brain and mind are separate. One is the physical thing, like Einstein's in a jar. The other amorphous, mathematical, rational, sensible. The mind is for complex thinking, creative endeavors, the decision sorter, the memory maker, the cerebral idea generator, the synthesizer. And the soul, they say, is all spiritual, all everlasting, immortal, the God essence. But why does the heart get such a bad rap? No respect, such shallow disregard. It can be crushed, shattered, battered, tattered, as if it were silken and soft, as if it were frail and feeble, as if it were eggshell brittle. The heart isn't doe-eyed. It's hawk-eyed. Its instincts are razor sharp, talon deep. The heart did its 10,000 steps in your sleep. It has a memory bigger than any elephant's. It makes judgment calls far beyond the supposedly genius monkey mind. Yet you elevate soul over heart when it is heart that stitches souls. It is sower of thought, reaper of emotions, the mother of all souls. The heart is soul gripper, mind ripper. The heart connects the conscious to the unconscious. It separates your mental state from the church of the cerebrum. It cleaves open and channels the stuff of creativity from beyond. It always has. From the third week of your conception, when it started beating on its own without your prompting. or your mother's. Yes, the heart inside you sometimes hurt. It pines for missing affection and lost loves. It gropes in the dark when blinded. It aches when you are unseen. It cries out when dreams are silenced. It screams when you are ignored, dissed, condemned, muted for just being you, who you are. But the heart is also the constant pounding fist in your chest, the iron pump within the core circulator, the power beat maker, the lifeblood baker, your 4-chamber rhythmic orchestra, your muscle cardio pacer, your ever-woke agitator, your coronary sent from the future terminator, your most consistent mover and shaker, the strong, silent giver that never forsakes thee, even when the last line in your sonnet was all at sea. Your heart never breaks. It rebounds and retakes. It isn't some weak, withering flower, some twittering bluebird, or some silly romantic luster. It's a diamond buster. Your heart is your unbreakable hero, your unshakable superpower. Your mind has a mind of its own. It wanders. Your soul is only concerned of your afterlife. Your heart is here and now. It cares. It beats only for you and you alone. Believe in it because it still believes in you. Thank you.
Julian Matthews.
Happy birthday, Kemlyn.
Thank you, Julian. Hey, Juliana, there's something so weird. While you were reading, my heart was acknowledging the heart of my inner child. I've been going through a lot of therapy to reconnect my mind and my body. And one of the things that I had to start acknowledging was how I have dismissed my inner child and the heart of my child. The one that is crying always to be present, the one that is crying to be seen. Your poem saw my child and acknowledged her. And I will no longer dismiss her, put her aside, just because I was socialized that a good girl gives everything away for everybody else.
You know, Julian, I've seen you do that in just about every genre of work you present, from environmental issues to marginalized people. I think you personify your work, and that is intense. Rick Spizak, stage is yours.
Thank you. I'm going to share screen if that's possible. Here we go. Got two little pieces to point, and here we go. This is called Reflections on Mirror and Magic. Justin von Liebing, a mirror scientist who struck to his glass, his superb vision bounced back more than a silver lining hack. His selection, Old Justice Baron von Liebing, does not diminish the finish of this noticed chemist's image. His insight into mirrors came no doubt from his study of gases. In the back, a noted chemist shouts and collapses, surges, turgid, and relapses. When, for example, he studied what constituents made up in Confusion's dear old morphine's assayed cup, or later when he explained and tamed our famous friend urine, so known well from Moscow to Turin, his solution was to precipitate silver from gas, laying a thin film with chemistry's kiln at last, sprinkled it round and laid a bruising, battering, light wave barricade. Thence and hence a magic mirror gave, applying a solution of silver nitrate in ammonia to a well-polished glass, with vapors of formaldehyde made it near forever last. He settled on silver metal, a precipitate upon shiny glass, as a passing light wave inhibitant. Yet, so far better than old poisonous mercury used in the past with its shattering antique mirror makers to pieces after some laughter or blast. An oh so thin layer of metallic silver delivered like a stingy, whingy kiss giver. The silver nitrate settles gently down like a lovely, lacy, silken, sexy gown. A thin metallic silver layer so Madame might her image court and savor. Oh, the earliest mirrors were found in Turkey 8,000 years ago. The first mirrors men made from fractured obsidian, volcanic glass, and jade. Therein they sought beauty's hard-won glow, and darkly sparkly got the show. Babylonians used polished copper when they were after Mademoiselle's glorious musical laughter. Early mirrors were handheld and small. It overlooked big things, and yet other folks seemed small. Venice for a time was the hub of mirror making, and oh, for 200 years the treasure was there for their taking, until industrial espionage from Louis of France caused a new mirror renaissance in Versailles, where mirrored walls splashed back the dance. But our friend Ludwig, old Justice Van, in his famous glasses from dusk to dawn, precipitated chemicals from gas to solid, hit on a technique that filled many a wallet. Justice precipitating silver and tin, suddenly mirrors were back. All in all, quite a hack. My poem on reflection. And since reflection is about thinking about what you're doing, this is another quickie. This is called Donate, Donate, Donate or Die. Many of us who vote progressive find ourselves inundated by letters of requests for money. So I wrote this. Dems, please, darling, squeeze. Let's really not blame the electorate. Geez, Biden's half measures go slow presidency. It ain't business as usual, a remote control residency. End the student loan disaster. Remove the mountainous debt disaster. End the Social Security debate. Up the pennies, Jeeves, Grievous, Christ, don't wait. We need an oppose Republican vandals at the gate mentality. We need to speed up justice in this obvious, obscene criminality. Republicans write rules to steal the election, yet go slow justice fools. We see with only small fry selection. Can't you see the big connection? They're changing polling, gerrymandering galore. Dems are funding ghoulish right-wingers with Dem dollar whores. When they announce in advance the only result they'll accept is heads they win, tails we lose, and you don't need to be some adept to imagine what November will be, some obscene scheme, it's no dream, like racing a Maserati with a three-wheeled bike. Now you're blaming rank and file Dems. Sorry, that dog don't hunt. Supporting inquisitional Republicans? Who thought of that stunt? Obama and Biden issued dire warnings. Wait till the weekend before the election while Republicans, the walls are storming. Wait till a week out, make a couple speeches while Republicans are armed and dollared and bloody colored and already storming the beaches. I'll go ahead and stop there.
And in response to that, Rick Spizak, those of you who are Americans, vote today. Your voice matters, your voice counts. We are blessed to have a democratic process where it is to represent the people. So you are the people, use your vote, don't throw it away. All right, enough public service announcements there. Thank you, Rick Spizak, for giving us the history of mirrors. You know, hopefully there's not too much smoke. Remember that if you are out of silver nitrate, you could always shine a bronze plate, because that's how we do in Asia. That's our mirrors a long time ago. All right, Lucian.
I am very honored to introduce Eric Vallis to you. He is a revered dignitary in the poetic world, especially in Singapore. Please take the stage, sir.
Thank you very much, Lucian. Happy birthday and happy anniversary, Kemlyn and BTL. The theme is reflection, and I was just going through some old books, and the very first anthology in Singapore in which I got published is entitled Reflecting on the Merlion. And 12 years ago, it was like a rite of passage for anybody who would like to publish poetry in Singapore to write about the half lion, half fish creature of the Singapore Tourism Board. That's the Merlion. And so this poem came about, and during the National Day celebrations here, the schools put on shows, and in a junior college where I was teaching before, I dressed up as a Merlion, and so this is about that experience. It's putting on the
You
Merlion.
didn't wear it today. I'm disappointed in you.
That was from maybe 17 years ago. So I don't know what happened to that costume. And I just have to explain. Bo liao must be Hokkien for boring. It's there somewhere. And then laksa is that dish with curry and prawn, right? Putting on the Merlion. This denizen of fancy, seaweed maned, scale armored, incandescent, overreaching, spitting shamelessly into a shifting sea, mirrors, student wards, heirs of a wager to plots of unreclaimed sea, from nameless towers as in old Chang'an. Blistered fingers stringing paper scales, spectators on the stand, eyeballs popping, mouths hung half open, licking the contours of my costume, paper mache on National Day, sewn tight with the red thread of dreams, at risk of getting, but not, torn. My neighbors, globe-trotting, good governance preaching, swaggering in singlets and flip-flops, venting spleen, affirming it's Boliao, but where else got better laksa and chicken rice? My soul of many races, assumed in the body of the pragmatic Han, shuffling to train percussion and urban din, or still, when surveying the cosmos from my bedroom, keeping the faith of my fathers, yet eager to hum a new tune, art as tool, unapologetic, a batik of metaphors, carved from the same sandstone I now call home, a spiky domed temple admitting all races and creeds, me roaring, floodlit on a teak wood stage, reveling in this moment. That's the end. Thank you very much, and happy birthday again, Kemlyn.
Thank you, Eric Nala. Okay, that was birthday present enough. Picturing Eric in a Merlion costume. And if you don't know anything about the climate of Singapore, it is hot and humid because it is an equatorial jungle. We are 40 miles from the equator. It is hot, hot, hot. And you in a Merlion costume, sweating it out. Yes, that is a present in itself.
All right. Yeah, maybe next time I'll bring a real costume to BTL. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Eric, for coming. Oh, yes. Lucian.
Kemlyn, would you like to cue up Li Ming's contribution, please?
Yes, I will cue up Li Ming's contribution. Wing. Where is it? Hold on. I thought I queued it up. See, this is back to old days, right, Lucian? Okay.
Circa a year ago.
Yes, circa a year ago, because this was the circus. All right, Li Ming, you are up.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to wish Kemlyn a wonderful and happy birthday, and also a happy anniversary for BTL today. Sorry I can't be here. I'm in the chamber choir, but as I said to Kemlyn, I wanted to do something special today. For the prompt reflection, I've actually written a reverse poem that's also a response poem to Sarah Teasdale's Stars. And the reason I chose Stars is that my chamber chorus, which is rehearsing tonight, is actually performing Stars on the 3rd of December. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope that the mood I want to bring across is conveyed. Starlight reflected. Know that you are not alone on this night or any other. You, the universe gazing at its own navel, the Manipura chakra is lending fire to the Kundalini serpent that lights up the stars themselves, radiance unimagined. In the belly of the serpent, it is not so dark after all, such that you can't see your own reflection, tracing the trail of scarlet regrets as the snake eats its own tail, ever destroying, ever creating, giving birth to you who are infinity. You are newborn, you are ancient, you are the sweetness of purest ice melt and the heat of magma, pulsing with the heartbeat of heaven, in joyous resonance with the drum of the scattershot stars. They are speeding oh so fast, just to be still. Just to be still, they are speeding oh so fast, the drum of the scattershot stars in joyous resonance with heaven, pulsing with the heartbeat of and the heat of magma. You are the sweetness of purest ice melt. You are ancient, you are newborn, giving birth to you who are infinity, ever creating, ever destroying, as the snake eats its own tail, tracing the trail of scarlet regrets, such that you can't see your own reflection. It is not so dark after all, in the belly of the serpent. Radiance unimagined that lights up the stars themselves, lending fire to the Kundalini serpent. The Manipura chakra is the universe, gazing at its own navel. You, on this night or any other, know that you are not alone.
You're muted.
And this is the magic of this space, that even if you physically cannot join us at the time, you can still be a part of our community asynchronously by providing us a video in response to our prompt. And Li-Ming watches our entire show every week to catch up on what's going on with us. And thank you again, Li-Ming, for reminding us that we are not alone, and that we, for the gratitude of our technology that we have, and in this very precious space, we can still gather our loved ones together.
So, some of us can wake up, roll out of bed, and write poetry. Poet Khan can roll out of bed and look fabulous. And I know for a fact that this indomitable woman has been instrumental in Kemlyn's life. Kemlyn attributes some very key healing moments to this amazing woman. Poet Khan, please take the stage.
Oh man, so grateful to be in this space. Happy beloved birthday, my beautiful mermaid. I'm going to start my 4 minutes off with Kemlyn affirmations. This is from our workshop that we shared together. My 2 feet are perfect guidance. My heart is art. Even when I move in silence, my values never depart. Even when life becomes more than I planned or hoped for, I keep on pushing. I keep pushing. I care about our children. I want to protect them with the guidance I should have had. I never want to see them sad. I never thought I would be this woman. Turns out I am better. I want for other women like me to see me dance. Seeing my jazz, slight Asian flair, ballerina legs, kimbal in my heart. My Asian persuasion is always the first on my mind, my people. I want my kids to know they came first, my husband to know I love him. I want the community to know as long as I am present, they have a mic, a shoulder, a sanctuary to express the contrary. I want Kemlyn to know that I understand all of it was for my good. All of what I did was proof I can do it. I want my sisters to know I am Asian and sexy. Poem. And then I have one more that I wrote with in this space here. I want to say earlier this year, maybe.
She can roll out a bit and look fabulous and write a damn poem.
And write a damn poem. Here we go. So this was off of one of your prompts about Coca-Cola. I want to teach the world to listen. Buy the world a Coke. Let them sip this epic nectar we disregard. I want to teach the world to listen. The mute are unheard of. I want to teach the world to listen. The mute are not vocal. I want to buy the world a Coke, pull it out the fridge, pop the lid, sip, sip. I want every woman on this earth to rest. Every womb rendered useful. No miscarriage deemed her useless. No barren chest made you unworthy. I want every man to be honored for his weakness. Every man caught dancing in his kitchen by his girlfriend. I want the world to pour that Mexican Coke over some Hennessy. 3 cubes in a cold glass, sip, sip, cigar in hand, or sobriety, if that's your sexy. Take a break. Be the break you seek. Take a break. Take a moment to sing in silence. Listen. Listen to each other sing. Happy birthday, my darling. Thank
There you have Poet Khan, one of my most beloved friends who found me during COVID. One weird after party talking about my abuse and how I was so lost. And the very next day, my 34-year-old abuser and stalker hounded me, and this woman held my hand through my trauma, helped me find a connection between my body that was lost, walked hand in hand with me and my therapist so that I can walk today, and to help me see that I'm beautiful. Scars, tattooed by abuse, and all I am beautiful. No apology.
Ever beautiful. Ever, ever, ever beautiful.
And it wouldn't be so wrong for me not to talk to my mom and dad who sit here week in, week out, participating quietly, asynchronously, sometimes for mom with us. Without them and without their courage to birth me, because it was a choice, they still chose to birth me and bring me into this world. We have this infection. Lucian, I'm going to let you talk and then I will want to do my blessing, please.
No, I'm closing it.
No, okay.
Nope.
No, okay. Then do I get to do my blessing first?
No.
Shit.
It's not your show. I thought long and hard about this opportunity where I get to bookend Kemlyn. You've already spoken and said your piece. If you didn't say what you wanted to say, too bad, Kemlyn. But as siblings, and we are siblings, I know many of people outside wonder if there is a different relationship that Kemlyn and I have because we vibe so well together, but we are siblings. Evidenced by the fact that for way too long in my life, I resented this woman. Growing up, I was in her shadow because everything she did was just fucking brilliant. Let's just put it that way. And I did not know what to do with that. And I thought I could try to be like her. And, you know, for far too long, I tried to emulate everything she did because she pulled so much damn glory and fandom, even without trying. For example, when she had and was approached by Saatchi of Saatchi of London, she kind of messaged me, "Hey, Luciana, this Saatchi and Saatchi, are they legit or not? Are they a reputable organization?" And I thought she was pulling my leg, but she was genuinely clueless about who this organization is. So I got to pull it up on the website and sent it to her. Yes, Kemlyn, they are legit. Why are you asking? It's like, oh, they want to feature my work. That is Kemlyn in a nutshell. Even without trying, she creates awesomeness and excellence, and people gravitate towards her. And she's like, oh, you want to hang with me? Can I just tell you, it's a little bit annoying. So, eventually, after a lot of resentment and anger and woe is me, I realized, I don't need to be just like her. What if I am just beside her? And then I started finding my stride. And then things became much more interesting. One of the things that you might not know of this woman is she was once an art gallery owner in a little unassuming place in Iowa. And yet, in that very humble circumstance, once again, she pulled all kinds of artists to her, established and she took them under her wing and showed them how to grow. Once again, wherever she goes, she draws people to her. She cares for them, feeds them, sees them, and then ignites the audacity to be awesome. The final picture I found that I thought was very interesting and noteworthy that might not be obvious is she adores her family. This woman would clear heaven and hell to be with her family and to defend them. And I'm glad to be part of her family, as you are. She considers each one of you her family. And I could have picked a more dignified photo, but what the hell? This is very Kemlyn and her family. It's windblown in the moment at a selfie Instagrammable site, but it's not staged. Kemlyn is fabulous, but she is not contrived. what you see on camera is who you'll meet on the street every time. Even if her hair's windblown and her wig's been ripped off her head because of some wardrobe malfunction, that is who you have. That is the person you honored today. That is my sister Kemlyn. And with that, I wanted to thank you for coming and presenting your gifts. And in closing, and in the rare time I have this benediction, 1 year ago, we literally had somebody on the iffy list. Would she make it? And as brave as she was, I knew that she was having our closure conversations, to put it very gently. And I said, what the hell? Why not? I thought about how I wanted to write this story, even if she had a few days, if it was true. So I joined her on this ridiculous escapade to become part of the coding world. And you know what? I found my healing too along the way, and I'm grateful. But she didn't die. Instead, she found reasons to continue broadcasting BTL from her hospital bed. And from one audacious goal to another, this fighter found reasons to live. Even when I was brutally honest about that sucked for these reasons, she took it to heart, cried over it for a few seconds because she was revolted by her own silliness, and then chose to improve every time. Even the 40 days of journeying across the world, many naysayers said, you realize who you're bringing with you, as fragile physically, emotionally, mentally. And I said, yeah, I have my contingency plans. I bought enough life insurance and medical insurance to life flight her out. I realize what I'm undertaking. I am not naive. But I figured, what the hell if we had just one more step? Wouldn't that be a marvelous story to tell? As a living eulogy. And this is what I want to leave you this week. Reflections are not epitaphs and places where you ossify and stay for the rest of your life. They are meant to spur you on, to carpe the fucking diem. And with that audacity represented by this year and by us, I challenge you, invite you, implore you to carpe the fucking diem now. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. See you all next week.
Happy birthday, Kemlyn.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you everyone
love.
for being here. And as you
birthday.
can tell, I'm crying my eyes out. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Love
Wish
you
many,
all.
many more.
See you
Take
next
care.
week. Para-san, look out for his bio.
Happy
and
birthday.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, everyone.
Kelly, say happy birthday to Kemlyn.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Georgia.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy, say happy birthday.
Yeah, girl.